Chapter 8 Second Weekend. On Saturday morning, Peodar and Kim took Eriko to her eye doctor and dentist appointments. At the eye doctor, she picked up her new eyeglasses. When she put them on, she could finally see without squinting. She thanked them. Next, they went to her dentist, where they started dental treatment. At that point, they gave her an exact time when they'll pick her up at Chiaki's restaurant. Then they took her back to the clinic, where her father was waiting in the parking lot. Also, Mrs. Agnes Murphy Wyndham was with him. She explained that since she knew Erica won't be able to pay her last month's rent plus deposit, her father was her cosign. As a result, she would have to talk to her father about that. That being said, starting next month, she will have to pay her own rent. After they negotiated 30% of her monthly salary, Mrs. Murphy Wyndham said that she will have her attorney draw up a revised rental contract and have it ready for her to sign next weekend. After Erica agreed to the terms, Mrs. Murphy Wyndham excused herself. Once Erica got the exact dollar amount, she verbally promised her father that she will reimburse him in a few months. Moreover, she thanked him for helping her out. He nodded. Her father started with shopping at Japantown. After dropping off her groceries at her apartment, her father drove her back to Japantown for lunch. There, her father got her caught up. Erica was careful not to disclose anything she learned at the clinic. The studio was a bit more lenient, so Erica talked more about the studio instead. She did not notice that her father either didn't realize that she was wearing different clothing or it didn't matter to him. After lunch, he dropped her off at her apartment. Next, he drove back to his duplex. At her apartment, she turned on her computer and accessed the internet and learned more about endometriosis. She was careful to only access reputable websites. At the same time, she kept one eye on the time. About 10 minutes before Peodar Kim would arrive, Erica properly shut down her computer, locked her apartment door, and went downstairs to go to the parking lot. When they pulled into the restaurant parking lot, it was valet parking. Erica never went to this type of restaurant before. After Peodar gave the valet his car keys, they walked to the front lobby area. It was expansive. Erica was stunned at how new everything looked. They even had an oversized aquarium full of fish. After Peodar gave the front desk person his name, the staff person took them to a private dining room. There, a middle-aged man who looks made in Japan Japanese, wearing a traditional sushi chef uniform, waved to them and said, "Irashaimase," welcome. They were stunned when they realized that they are Chiaki. After they seated themselves, they went through their spiel. While Erica and Kim ate raw fish, Peodar had chicken teriyaki that was fully cooked. The meal was delicious. At this time, Chiaki went to small talk mode. They explained that their father is part British American, part indigenous Californian. Since the United States government decided to not recognize any of the indigenous Californians as Native American, they cannot claim Native American blood. As a result, on official records, his father is listed as mixed race, white, and Mexican. Their mother was made in Japan Japanese from blank prefecture. Erica gasped and covered her mouth. When she regained her composure, she said that her mother is also from the same prefecture. Now, bear in mind, this is something that does happen. It's not. I don't know if this is the same case for other parts of the world, but especially like Japan, if you're from the same prefecture, you tend to meet people hundreds, even thousands of miles away from the prefecture. So this is something that really does happen. It's not just something that's, I just made this up. So just to give you a background information about that. Jackie smiled and commented, "Small world." All of a sudden, they looked confused. They wondered out loud why they never crossed paths before. Eriko explained that she only went to Japan 2 or 3 times. Chiaki surmised that her father is also made in Japan Japanese. When she nodded, Chiaki was disappointed. They said that their American father felt guilty taking their mother out of Japan, away from her hometown and her family. So they visit Japan every even year, and since their father is part British, they visit England every odd year. Eriko concluded that's why they missed each other this year. Chucky nodded. When Eriko looked at Theodore, he carefully reminded them that what happens at the clinic stays at the clinic. They verbally agreed to the boundaries and rules. Um, at the same time, at this time, Kim asked their parents how the parents met. Chiaki replied that they met at a university at the Pacific Northwest. They also added that they has two older siblings. Both of them are bi. Theodore and Kim and Eriko gasped in unison. Eriko wondered aloud, "What are the chances?" Chiaki nodded. Chiaki added that they're super lucky that both their parents are progressive, and they knew ahead of time that at least one of their kids might be gay, so they had three just in case. At this point, Chiaki laughed out loud. Eriko carefully told them that both of her parents are made Japan Japanese. They immediately replied that they did attend the guest speakers from Molly Fumia's book. Um, Remind me if I forget. On my other channel, I did the book review. I deleted it, but yeah, I'll include this book. If not, put in a comment, hey, you forgot to link this person's book, so you can get some background information about what this book is all about. They said that they are very sad. It is a very sad story, and it is very true that the Japanese American and main Japan Japanese communities are blatantly homophobic. Whenever they go to Japan, they all dress and act straight. They also added that they can visit Japan. None of them could ever live there. There's way too much freedom over here. Eriko carefully nodded. All of a sudden, Jackie carefully asked her about Eriko's family. She said that she and her father live in California, while her mother and younger sibling currently live in Japan. Chucky gasped and covered their mouth. When they regained their composure, they said that they would carefully feel their way around her family and figure out their situation. Eriko carefully nodded. At this point, Chucky changed the subject. They admitted that they did see them on the previous Sunday at the Buddhist temple. They apologized for not saying it sooner. Piedra waved the concern away, saying that he doesn't understand why they had to approach the clinic the way they did. By this time, they finished the meal. When Piedra paid for his half of the meal, they thanked each other for the lovely meal, agreed to meet each other officially at the Buddhist temple the next day. Upon returning to the front lobby, the valet gave Pedro the key to his car, and they drove back to the clinic. When Enrico asked Pedro how he figures out which websites have accurate information about endometriosis, he recommended the National Institutes of Health's PubMed website. So, again, if I don't have this in the description box below, remind me. I should actually, write these things down. So let's see. Also, last week I mentioned about Candida albicans yeast infection. So yeah, I'll include that one as well. So let me write this down on my piece of paper. So that'll remind me I need to put these things in the description box below. After Eriko thanked Pedro and Kim for the information, they drove away. On Sunday, they officially greeted each other. Well, wait, I skipped one paragraph. Before Eriko took a long hot bath, she mapped out how long it would take for her to pay her father back. She also checked out the website that Perla recommended. She was stunned that there was literally thousands of research articles about endometriosis. Moreover, she was amazed that they started their website in 1996, so it's only been about 3 years since they made scientific research journal articles public. On Sunday, they officially greeted each other, went to the Buddhist temple for services. There, they also met Chiaki's elder sister, her husband, their 3 kids, Chiaki's elder brother, his wife, their 2 kids, and their parents. At this point, Erika noticed that Chiaki easily blends into both American and their made in Japan Japanese family. She wondered how they look in Japan since they mentioned that they all dress and act straight in Japan. After services, they ate lunch together at a different restaurant, not the one that they went to the day before. Then they spent the rest of the day at Golden Gate Park. When Shaki's mother asked Eriko about her mother's side of the family, she immediately offered condolences about her grandfather's passing. She distinctly remembers the wild caught fish her grandfather caught and shared it with the entire neighborhood. Everyone in the community did attend his funeral, including her parents and siblings. At this point, Chucky's mother told Eriko if she ever needs anything, to call her if she ever needs anything. Next, they exchanged phone numbers. Then, Chucky's mother told Erica how to figure out who is progressive and who is using political correctness to hide. For example, at the Buddhist temple, those who are progressive sit next to the family. Those who are a bit, sit far away from them. It made sense since Jackie dresses and acts true to themselves at their temple. If anybody has an issue, they would show it by staying away from them and their family. As the sun started to set, they bid each other good evening, went their separate ways. After Pedar and Kim took Erica back to her apartment, they also bid each other good night. They drove off. While Erica walked upstairs back to her apartment, she began a renewed respect for Chucky and their family. She looked forward to their next week of internship, her next weeks of internships. At this time, she looked up the restaurant's website, the one that Chucky co-owns. After she clicked on the private dining link, she gasped. The meal they ate that day starts at $300. That means that Pedro paid at least $150. At the same time, she could see why Chiaki chose private dining for them so they could speak a little more freely to them. But still, $300 for a private conversation. At this point, she remembered her conversation with the studio's accountant. Everybody keeps receipts so they can report them as income tax deduction. Erica made a mental note to keep all of her receipts in one place, so filing income taxes would be way easier. So, Pedar and the studio's driving instructor, studio's driving, let's see, driving instructor, I probably could have kept this the same. Driver. Okay, so Pedar Studio's driver driving Erica around and paying for restaurants isn't just helping her out. So Pedar drives Erica around. The studio drives Erica around. Pedar is paying for restaurants. They're not just helping her out. I probably could put that in two separate sentences, but let me highlight this and I'm going to see if I can try to change the way this is wording because it's kind of like too much information. But anyway, so the point is, Pedar, the studio driver, helping, and studio driver isn't just okay. This is probably better. So Pedar and the studio driver isn't just helping her out; they also benefit from paying part of her expenses. At this point, she made a mental note for her father to let him know that he needs to collect all of his receipts for his income tax, include the ones where his clients don't pay for the services he gives them. After a long hot bath, she retired. So, mental note, I'm going to link Molly's book, PubMed website, and Candida albicans research journal article. So, again, questions, comments, constructive criticisms, let me know. And I shall see you next time. Take care.